Hi you guys, this is Rachel Kirkland, the Modern Shaman here. Thanks for joining me for another weekly video of YouTube question and answer time. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like and share and comment and hit the notifications button so that you find out every time I upload a new video. Also, if you want to know more about me, schedule a personal session in terms of psychic work or shamanic healing, or find out more about my psychic development and multidimensional integration classes, feel free to check out the website, which is themodernshaman.net. So here's the question for today. This came in through I believe through an email. That's right, because I have had sessions with her. Okay, so she said, "Hi Rachel, my husband and I have been to see you for sessions a few different times and you are simply amazing." Oh, sweet. I remember. She says, "I have a quick question for your YouTube channel. I'm really good at sensing people's energy and not letting it affect me. However, my husband is the only person that can affect my mood no matter what I try to do. If he is in a bad mood, it instantly makes me feel terrible and vice versa. He doesn't even have to be in the same area for it to affect me. I don't have any control over my mood when he is involved, and I don't like someone else having complete control over my energies, but I don't know how to stop it. I've tried making him happy, but it's hard when he is upset because I instantly get upset. What should I do?" Okay. I love this question. I'm so glad you sent it in, because I think it's so relevant for so many of us. I just feel like it's relatable. I know I resonate with it personally in my own relationships and experience with energy. And I think so many people reach this point, and this is kind of the next level of energetic awareness. First, we go through the first level, which is, you mentioned, I'm really good at sensing other people's energy and seeming to manage and not letting it affect you. That's level one, right? When the people at your job or the people that are kind of like acquaintances energy, right? Or they're around you, but they're superfluous to your everyday life. You learn to maintain and sustain your own vibrational resonance and alignment in those dynamics. Then we move to level two, which you're describing so well, which is why I love it, which is the close nuclear family, or those that are in your tight circle energetically, that are around you all the time, that live with you, kids, your husband or your partner. Some people, it's their parents if they still live with their parents, or if they're taking care of them. It's your tight circle. And moving into this level of energetic awareness and trying to maintain your own sense of personal resonance, personal alignment within that dynamic, that literally is, it's level two. So what you're going through is normal in terms of progression and spiritual evolution. You're on the right track. You're doing the right thing in terms of moving towards finding your own sense of peace and balance within this crazy world of energy and being aware of the energy dynamics between people. But I will say, this is where it gets a little more intense. We step it up, just like a video game or something. If we move into level two, things get harder, or it gets more personal, it's more intimate. Then there's level three too, which is your own sense of personal energy. This own intermingling of your own internal awareness, your own internal talk, your internal dialogue, your internal traumas, all of that as well. So you're doing a good job, first and foremost. Don't be discouraged by where you are or by this pattern as it's surfacing. And even the fact that you're aware of it and identifying it and wanting to have a sense of control in that dynamic is huge. Most people don't realize it. So there's a shift in energy already that's happening just by your apparent awareness of what's going on. You're not going to put up with the energy when you're aware that it's something that's not functional for you. So you're already moving the current of shifting that energetic resonance in the home or between you and your husband. All right. Okay. I do want to say something in response to a few statements that you said. I don't have any control over my mood when he is involved, and I don't like someone else having complete control over my energies, but I don't know how to stop it. This kind of statement reminds me a lot of work that I do with empaths, all right? When you're clairsentient and you're picking up on energy, and you're going to have to be firmer with your energetic boundaries when it comes to someone that you're close to, okay? Empaths have the hardest time with our loved ones because we move into a space of compassion and care and essentially sacrifice our own energetic boundaries for the other, okay? Doing what we think would make them happy, doing what we think would bring a sense of change in whatever they're feeling. Unfortunately, they are the only ones that have the free will to change their energy in that moment. So we have to really, really hold ourselves strictly accountable. We have to have a firmer, sharper sense of control to our own energetic management and boundaries when we're in a dynamic like that. And you do have control. You do. It's just that you're sacrificing it or you're giving over it in a dominant energy of love or care, which may feel better or feel like the right thing to do. It may feel softer. It may feel more nurturing to the other individual. However, they're not in an energy to receive it, especially there's a few different energy dynamics that play when someone is in a bad mood and you didn't go into details, but I would tune into it. Sometimes people are in this, what I call the cyclone energy, because it literally feels like that to me. In my own clairsentience, it's like it will feel like they're sucking me in. I'll get pulled into the drama of what they're talking about. And their words are typically, there's anger, there's fire, elemental energy in there. There's a catalytic kind of like pull into the drama. If they have that cyclone type of energy, you have to literally get out of the way. You have to maintain your sense of space physically, like walk out of the room. And I would suggest about a 30-minute time period. They need a sense of dimensional shift, like their own space-time continuum. They need their own bubble of space-time to move into their own energetic shifting. If you interact with them, even in a loving manner, in a nurturing manner, in that cyclone energy, you're just going to get pulled into it. Even if you're being very passive and you're just like, you're just going to feel like this, like you're just getting whipped and they're just, and you're just in it, okay? Again, even if you're passive and you're being very like kumbaya, I'm holding the space, I'm being peaceful, the physical interaction with another energetic component being you, your energy field, creates a sense of spark, creates a sense of catalytic, just like a fire, a flint rock, creating a sense of something they can push against, beat against, and this is when they're just creating that cyclical energy. So my advice in that form of energetic component is to literally give yourself space. And I say that simply, but it's very important. It's a profound sense of holding space for someone. And if you're not used to doing this, it can feel pretty abrasive at first, meaning they may get upset that you're not jumping in the cyclone with them. They may feel hurt that you're not being compassionate or sympathetic to listen or to let them vent. But if you as an empath know energetically that that's just going to move you into their energy and then you're both going to be in a bad mood, then you have to sustain that sharp sense of energetic boundary. Say, I just need to give you space, maybe 30 minutes or so. I love you, but I'm going to give you space to work through it. And beat the heck out of there. Go out in the yard, sit on the swing, or like take a walk around the neighborhood, or I'm going to drive to the mailbox, whatever it may be that needs to give you some physical space. Get a physical sense of boundary to that energy. All right, it's imperative. And like I said, you can just explain that to them. I love you enough to give you some space. You need to work through this on your own. We'll come back when I'm in a stronger space, so I can kind of maintain my own energy when talking to you. It's not easy, and it doesn't mean it's going to be perfect and like, oh, rainbows now, you know what I mean, and sparkles, and they'll be going to be like, oh, thank you so much for giving me the space. Usually not. Usually it's the opposite. They're going to get frustrated because they're already in that energy. But again, you have to have a firm sense of maintaining your boundary and going into a sense of peace with that. It takes practice, but you'll notice that when you come back afterwards, after having that time, space kind of bubble for them, that their energy will have shifted, and so it will validate what you've done. And so you'll be like, oh, it was worth it. This does work. So the practice will become easier and easier, and they will get used to that pattern of learning how to maintain their own energy. When we don't, when we're used to putting these things on our partner, on our children, on our loved ones, on our friends, when we're used to vomiting that energy or having that vampire or that codependent energy, essentially we become dependent on our happiness, our sense of light and love and energetic connection to source through another person's field, like that cord, through the cord to them. And this is a very dangerous energy in a partnership. It's not healthy. It actually starts pulling them away from their own connection to source, because they don't know how to get to that place of peace and balance and happiness on their own. So in a strange way, you start enabling them to pull away from their own sense of alignment. And you have to remember that this sense of balance and peace, you are mimicking and sustaining and teaching and embodying and showing the way to align and come back to source, which is what they're needing to do in that moment. But when they're pulling it from you and trying to get that from you, even when you're loving them and want to care and nurture for them, they start to only know how to get that energy from your life force energy. And it's very depleting and damaging from the relationship. So it's important, if you want that relationship to last, if you want it to be a good, nurturing, healthy relationship, whether it's, like I said, child, partner, family member, close friend, anything connected to you, to keep coming back to, they have the tools, they are empowered. Go to source yourself, work it out. You know how to do this. Self-center, self-align, come back to your own sense of balance, and we'll meet back at this point in 30 minutes. And again, it takes practice, but you will validate the experience of it more and more as you find that it's working. All right, and it does. It takes time. Okay, let me see if Spirit wants to say anything else. Okay, so Spirit's just bringing one last point in here, which is similar to the other one that I just made, but they want me to remind you that anytime you start feeling off balance by another, it's important for you not just to think about it like I'm giving myself a boundary from him or his energy, but that you are noticing that you're feeling off balance. You're noticing it in yourself, not to make it so much about the other person and your sense of like, I gotta shield from their crappy day, or I have to shield from their bad attitude. But Spirit is bringing it back to a very simple and profound space within yourself of like, wait a minute, I'm noticing that I'm starting to get angry, that I'm starting to get frustrated, that I'm starting to feel resentful that he came in with this attitude. I'm starting to feel off center. Come back to this, and you just maintaining, all right, what do I need to do to get myself back? I might need to take a moment to go outside, to walk barefooted in the grass in the backyard. Breathe 5 minutes. Just a moment of conscious alignment, saying, I know I want to come back to my peaceful state. I'm in my space. I can feel my breath. I can hear the birds. Moving yourself in your own personal practice of alignment. And it becoming, again, more and more about you embodying and evolving your own spiritual alignment instead of noticing something about the others around you. Spirit just wants me to bring it back in the end to kind of the central point, which is don't make it about the other person. It's really not. It's about you learning and upholding with a sincere earnestness your own personal peace and alignment. Because when you're in that space, all else is well and in a beautiful balance. Much love to you guys. We'll meet back here next week for another video. Blessings.